Very often, organizations, of course, have strategies as they relate with their core business, right? They have a business strategy, they have a financial strategy, and they don't have a mental health strategy. This is something that I was personally reminded of in a mountaineering adventure I had with my husband, Nick, a few years ago. Nick and I have done a lot of mountaineering and at some point decided to do an 8-day traverse in the Canadian Rockies. I get to the river and we look at each other to talk. We cannot hear each other. I go. The moment I stepped in the river, I could feel the difference. The current pulled me off my feet with a force I could never beat. That's when everything started to go in slow motion, leaving me with a feeling of extreme fear and zero control.
Resilience is this ability for us to go through adversity and come out even stronger.
The biggest difference was actually not the river, but the bigger difference was how we handled it. We basically let go of everything that usually protects us. Information we have, we let go of behaviors, structures, roles that would have protected us. So burnout, it is not something that is only within the individual. It is not something that is only with the workplace either. A good way to conceptualize it is in the relationship between the two. And what that means is that when we want to solve for burnout or prevent burnout, we want actions on both sides, on the individual and the organizational side. Now, what we see in the research is crystal clear in terms of actions. Where the gap is not in knowing what to do, it's in implementing. And that's what we'll focus on today. One of the problems sometimes is that people assume that if they build their own personal resilience, this is all that's needed and it's going to protect them from burnout. What we want to move towards more and more is to have integrated health strategies where we are talking about physical, financial, and mental health. We're going to look at standards, research, best practices, and ways in which other employers have impacted positively the overall psychological health of their workplace. On the workplace front, you want to look at factors like managing workload. And often people on this one will say, there's nothing we can do about the workload. And you're right, we're not going to create big changes. The workload is often what it is. However, very often small changes can be made, and very often these small changes have a larger impact than we think. What really we're after is changing the culture. Changing how your members think about their overall health. As you do this, one of the beautiful things that happens is that we are normalizing conversations about mental health. Having challenges with our health, whether it's physical, mental, financial, will happen. That's part of life. What is important is to be able to talk about them, get to the right strategies and the right resources. That's why your next action is so important. Your next action that's going to support your members and your organizations in making sure your members have the structures that will protect their resilience.